In today's video, I'm going to let you know what's happening in the NFT space and what projects you should probably keep your eye on. There's also been a couple breaking news stories that I'll be covering, like the fake Banksy NFT that sold for $300,000. I'll let you know about the Dogecoin NFT that sold for $4 million back in June that you can now buy for $1. And of course, we're going to talk about the Sothebys auction that's going on right now, where a collection of Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs are being auctioned off and could potentially set a new NFT record. I'm Devin Cook. Welcome back to NFT News Friday. I just made that up. And welcome back to DevMoney. So let's jump right into the numbers and see what's going on in the NFT market. As you can see, in the last 24 hours, NFT trading and total volume has been down. It looks like it's down by about 100%, $183 million less than normal, 31,000 less users, 76,000 less transactions. So it's been a bit of a slow day, but that's to be expected with Ethereum pumping like it is, getting to about $3,700, $3,800. You can see on the graph here that the numbers really picked up towards the middle of the week, and I'll let you know what went on here to drive these numbers. And if you look at the 30-day numbers, we're still doing extremely well. We're up 215% on transactions, up 238% on users. That's a huge deal. It means a lot more people are getting into the NFT market. And over the last 30 days, OpenSea did $4 billion in volume, which is just insane. And if you want to dial that back a little bit, you can see from this last week, we're still doing very well. The 24-hour average might be down, but it doesn't mean that it's an unhealthy market. This is just a slight correction. This happens all the time. Now, there's been some new NFT projects that have been really driving a lot of traffic, which is why you see these spikes here on August 29th. Now, probably one of the biggest drivers behind this is going to be this right here, Creature World NFT. This project was just released on August 29th, and if you look at all-time trading, you can see that Creature World is already up to number 35, which is huge. You can see VFriends here at 29, Bored Ape Chemistry Club at 31, World of Women at 32. You can see that Creature World has already done almost 11,500 in total Ethereum volume. World of Women is at 15,500, so it's catching up there. We'll see if it overtakes it or if it just stays behind. Only time will tell. But this here, Creature World, has been one of the biggest reasons why we saw that spike on August 29th. You did see that little pullback, but that's okay. We've also seen Al Capone's get a lot of traction, been driving a lot of numbers this week. And again, as we see here with the price of Ethereum pumping in this last week, if you take a look right here, this is in part why we've seen that decrease in the last couple of days. Because if you look here in August 29th, $3,200 volume. If we go back to our statistics, August 29th, we saw a big push in the NFT market. Ethereum was low. Also, Creature World came out. That was a big push. But now, as we see from Ethereum, we're back to $3,700, $3,800. It just touched just briefly. So that caused some of these numbers to drop down a little bit because the price of Ethereum is definitely going to determine some of the NFT market. So overall, the NFT market is doing very well. We're still seeing crazy booms. If you look at the all-time chart, holy smokes. It's just, bam, look at that. That is just skyrocketing. If you want to talk about mooning, that's mooning right there. And on to some of these top stories. So someone paid more than $300,000 for a fake Banksy NFT and the scammer gave it all back. What happened here? It was pretty crazy. What essentially happened is someone that was claiming to be Banksy released an NFT, and I believe they got a picture of it right here. And then someone bought that NFT for $300,000. And then Banksy's spokesperson said he's not associated with any NFT projects. And so basically that person that bought the NFT was just scammed. And funny enough, the person that bought the Banksy NFT, the fake one, was named Pranksy. He's a pretty big guy in the NFT space. You can see his Twitter account here, 117,000 followers, big into NFTs. If you don't follow Pranksy, he's a good one to follow. But then surprisingly, the original scammer returned the Ethereum paid for the NFT, which is amazing to see that happen. I think it's really cool that the scammer paid it back, even though he shouldn't have scammed in the first place, but at least this person didn't lose $300,000. Now, if you weren't aware, back in June, the original Doge meme sold for $4 million, and now you can buy a piece of it for less than $1. What does this mean? Well, you can now buy fractional shares in NFTs, and this is one of the first NFTs to do so. And how it works is you're gonna go through a platform called Fractional Art, and they're gonna take that original NFT and fractionalize it, as you can see here, which basically means it gets broken up into billions of ERC20 tokens, which means that investors can then go buy as many Doge tokens as they can afford on fractional.art. And because when you buy a couple of those tokens, you own a portion of the Doge NFT, the Doge holders will also be able to participate in future decision-making surrounding the NFT. As an example, the people that hold this fractionalized Doge NFT will be able to vote before the NFT is sold in the future. And then once it's sold, they'll get their portion of the gains in accordance with how many of those Doge tokens they hold. So if you missed out on this Doge NFT because you didn't have a spare $4 million laying around, well, now you can get a piece of it. And the huge news of the day, what everyone's talking about, the Sothebys auction, where a whopping 107 NFTs are being sold and auctioned off. Current bid is $4.5 million with an expected range of $12 to $18 million This is going to be huge. It'll be interesting to see where this goes in the next 6.5 days. September 9th is when the auction closes. And you can scroll down and see all of the different apes that you're going to be bidding for, as well as all their characteristics, their numbers, etc., etc. So this is really cool. This is going to be big news for the NFT space, especially once this auction closes and we see what price it finally settles at. Obviously, Sotheby's has their range of $12 to $18 million, but as you remember, the beetle NFT sold for a whopping $69 million back in March of this year. This was basically a collection of all of beetle's art all put into one NFT, and it got $69 million at the Christie's auction. That was not expected. It set the record. It's the current record holder. So potentially we could see this Sotheby's auction going even higher than that. I'm not sure what it's going to do. I wouldn't be surprised if it hits over $25 million just with the sheer volume of apes that you're getting in this collection, a total of 107. That's quite the collection. I personally wouldn't be surprised if the hammer falls north of $25 million. I mean, you're getting 107 apes. Insane collection, especially when you look at the Bored Ape Yacht Club and see that the floor price is 42 Ethereum, $160,000. Let's do a quick bit of math here. $160,000 times the 107 in the Sotheby's auction, that's $17 million. So definitely I could see this lot going for that $18 million range. I'm expecting a bit higher. And as you can see, the Bored Ape Yacht Club has been in the top range in all-time sales of NFTs, 142,000 Ethereum transacted over the life of the project. What do you think this lot is going to sell for? Do you think it's going to go for 10 million, 25 million? Do you think it's going to break people's record? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.